He came to America in a shipping container, with no visa, no passport, and no plan, just a dream. What happened next? No one saw coming. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Your support helps me bring you more powerful and inspiring stories, just like this one. He came with nothing but a story, and by the end, the world couldn't stop talking about him. Kwame Aduba stood at the edge of the harbor in Ghana, watching a massive cargo ship prepare to leave. The 33-year-old man from a small fishing village had grown up with nothing but the sea, the sun, and stories of a place called America, a land where even the poorest could rise if they worked hard enough. But Kwame wasn't looking for money. He wasn't chasing luxury cars or designer brands. He wanted something else. Something bigger. He wanted to change how people saw Africans. Not as refugees. Not as victims. But as visionaries. Builders. Dreamers. And so, without a visa, without contacts, and without even a proper suitcase, he did the unthinkable. He stowed away on that cargo ship, hiding in a dusty container with only water bottles and packs of dried plantain chips. He had one goal. Miami Beach. He had seen it in pictures: clear water, white sand, palm trees, and opportunities. But what happened after he arrived would shock the world. If you think the ocean is beautiful, try hiding inside a shipping container for 2 weeks. The ship's journey from West Africa to the US was no luxury cruise. Kwame spent 15 days in darkness, hearing only the groaning metal of the ship, the crashing waves, and the distant voices of the crew. He couldn't stand up properly. He couldn't sleep well. At times, he thought he was going to die. On the 5th day, his water began to run low. On the 9th day, he got sick from eating too many dried bananas. On the 12th day, the container heated up like an oven. But through it all, Kwame kept repeating a single sentence to himself in Twi, his native language. Miwurmfi, Miami no Reba. I won't forget, Miami is coming. Finally, the ship docked. The date was March 11, 2025. Port of Miami. Kwame didn't know it yet, but this would be the day his life would go from silence to sirens. Most people go to Miami Beach for vacation. Kwame went as a fugitive with a message. As the ship was being unloaded, Kwame waited until the workers were distracted and ran. Not just walked, ran. Like his life depended on it. Because it did. He climbed over crates, sprinted across a gravel road, and disappeared into the streets of Miami like a ghost from the sea. For 2 days, he wandered, hiding in alleys, asking strangers for food using broken English. But on the 3rd day, everything changed. A tourist, a YouTuber named Sasha Lee, was live streaming at South Point Beach when she saw him. A tall, barefoot African man standing on the sand, staring at the waves, fully clothed, and holding a handmade sign that read, "I come from Africa. I want to build. I want to help. Don't call me illegal. Call me Hope." The video went viral within 6 hours. Nobody knew who he was. But everyone was talking about him. Within 24 hours, #Beachman from Africa was trending across Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Celebrities reposted the video. Some mocked it. Others praised it. But everyone agreed on one thing. This man had a story to tell. Journalists began digging. Where was he from? Why did he come? What did he want? Interviews were requested. Activists demanded protection for him. Immigration officials wanted to detain him. But Kwame refused to hide. With the help of a local woman named Maria Delgado, who gave him shelter and food, he gave his first public statement on Instagram Live. "I am not here to steal. I am not here to hide. I am here to show what an African man can do if the world lets him try." That video reached 22 million views in 48 hours. Then came the real twist. Everyone thought he was just another stowaway. They were wrong. As interest in Kwame grew, one African tech startup recognized his face. He wasn't just any man from Ghana. He was a former engineering prodigy. Back in 2015, Kwame had developed a water purification system using recycled plastic and coconut shells. It had won a local innovation award. But when funding fell through, and his village was hit by floods, his dream collapsed. He went silent for years. Now, in front of the world, he revealed what he had brought with him, not clothes, not gold, but a small, foldable blueprint of his invention. It could purify 10 liters of seawater into clean drinking water using only sunlight. And here's the crazy part, he tested it live on Miami Beach, using dirty salt water from the ocean. People watched in disbelief as the system worked. Boom. Boom. One moment changed everything. And no, it wasn't a bomb. The day after his demonstration, Miami Beach officials shut down his experiment. Security teams were called. News said they were concerned about unknown devices on the beach. But then came the real boom, not from explosives, but from opportunity. A Miami entrepreneur offered Kwame $1 million in seed funding. Tech bloggers started calling him the African Elon Musk. Harvard professors praised his design. Immigration authorities suddenly softened their tone, calling his case exceptional. But the biggest shock? A call from the White House. They invited him to speak at a tech innovation summit, the first undocumented African immigrant to ever do so. With help from lawyers, his stay was legalized under a special visa for global talents. From hiding in a cargo ship to standing beside presidents, it was a boom nobody saw coming. They said he came illegally. But he came with purpose. And now, he's building bridges between two worlds. Today, Kwame runs his own company called C2 Life, focused on affordable water purification for coastal communities. Headquartered in both Ghana and Miami, it employs over 200 people and has served more than 1.2 million people with clean water. But beyond business, Kwame is now a symbol. A symbol that not all who cross oceans are lost. Some come not to take, but to give. His story has inspired books, documentaries, and even a Netflix deal. He's visited universities, refugee camps, and tech expos. Always with the same message. Judge not how someone arrived. Ask what they came to do. And every year, on March 11th, the city of Miami celebrates Kwame Day, a reminder that one man, one ship, and one beach can change the world. With just the right kind of boom.